Never has there been a sport with more controversy than football. One of the most dangerous sports in the world has safety concerns that stretch from Pee Wee leagues to the NFL. Hard hits and nasty falls can lead to injuries such as torn ligaments, concussions, paralysis, and even, in some catastrophic cases, death. Obviously, with such high risks, the safety protocol for football must be thorough and prepared for the worst. High school athletes suffer an estimated 2 million injuries per year, which just goes to show that no matter how well we may be prepared, injuries are inevitable.
Senior cornerback Kevin Prasad learned this the hard way after taking a dangerous hit on a punt return on September 26th against Manhasset.
I pretty much got hit from behind, blindsided by someone from Manhasset. It was pretty gruesome, I'd say. It was unexpected and a dirty hit. I fell on my front, and I would say it probably wasn't the best experience I've ever had. I was kind of just laying there. Wasn't allowed to move. It was more of a neck injury. Then after going through an ambulance and getting diagnosed, it was actually a internal bruise of the heart.
I was on the field with Kevin. I was on the punt team with him. Initially, I've seen him go down, and then I was on my way off of the field when I noticed he was on the floor, and I stopped just to check up on him until the coaches took us off the field. I didn't really think it was that serious. I mean, I knew he got hit, but I figured, it was just like a normal hit. He just was shaking off, but then I noticed that he was lying in an awkward position, and he wasn't getting up, and he wasn't moving, so I was very concerned.
Prasad was lucky that his injury was so minor. In the past month, the country has seen many high school football players lose their lives to on-field injuries. Among those deaths is Warren Hills High School quarterback Evan Murray. The New Jersey senior took a hit on September 25th and died of a lacerated spleen. On October 5th, Seattle High School defensive back Kenny Bowie died after suffering brain injuries from making a tackle.
We spoke to Jericho Athletic Director John Mankiewicz for more on the football program.
We've had a couple of injuries this year that students had to be taken off the field for. We've had a knee injury with one of our players, 2 injuries that led to concussions. We have to keep staying on top of things, making sure we're tackling right, making sure our kids are using the correct techniques. It's a big piece of football, the education of how to play the game the right way. Injuries are unfortunate. Injuries can happen in any sport. Any general game here, we have our trainer on staff, Mrs. Dunn, who does an excellent job with our student athletes here. We're very lucky. Athletic trainers, for some reason, are not mandated in New York State, and I'm a big believer that it should be. We go to some schools where they don't have athletic trainers. At our football games, not only do we have our athletic trainer on the sideline, we also have a physician on the sideline too, so we have a doctor. One change we've made is that in working together with the Jericho Fire Department, we now have an ambulance on staff for every home game that we're at. That's something that we feel is important to cut down on response times to injuries that should take place if there's a need for hospitalization or getting to the hospital in a quick matter of time.
We asked Sackler and Prasad how they felt about the school's new safety protocol.
I feel like I can play the game that I love without the thought in the back of my mind of where's my help if I need it.
I mean, I waited, 20 minutes for an ambulance, and then I see the next middle school game not only like a week later, and they have the ambulance side by side with the game. So I'd say I'd help out, actually. It's just better for the school to learn from what happened to me for other people.